It is another edition of the On the Mic podcast, and super excited to talk to my guest today because, it's a family of champions, and he's next in line. And big win in his last fight. He is coming up October 29th. You will see him in Italy taking on Charlie Ward, the one and only Fabian Edwards. Sir, how are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I hope you're well.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, first and foremost, man, I know just recently you had the first, skid of your career. You were able to bounce back in a big way with a win over a legend. And you have gone through pretty much your career and your brother's side by side. What was that like,
Yeah.
getting yourself back in the win column in your last fight and just getting to where you are right now? You suffered the first two losses of your career. You bounced back with a
Yeah.
win. How was that process like for you?
Um, it was I won't say stressful process, but it was a process of staying confident. You know what I mean? Because when you go through these losses and all of that, your confidence can be knocked. So for me, I was very much focused on just being who I am and staying confident and just believing whilst you're going through these things that you're gonna bounce back. And obviously, me believing and staying confident go to prove that, you know, go to prove that in my last fight.
Yeah, it did a lot, obviously for you, and it's so crazy how this sport works. I think you know that better than most
Yeah.
people. You dropped the fight to Austin Vanderford. You currently look at the standings. You're second, and Austin's way back down there in seventh. Everyone thought that fight between you
That's
guys,
mad.
it was gonna take him one way and take you another way. But now that kind of has reversed. What has kept you kind of level-headed and remaining confident and continuing to just focus on the task at hand?
I just think it's the work that I put in. Like honestly, you know what I mean? I work hard, man. I put a lot of hours in this, so it's like regardless of whatever is going on, I just kind of stay true to my journey, and and yeah, it's proved that, it's proved that if you just stay true to your journey and just carry on, eventually you're gonna come back. So that's what's happened, and I just feel in great shape now.
I can't wait to see you fight, especially after your last fight. What was the biggest thing for you in that fight when you did what you did, which was just an incredible performance for you?
Yeah.
Backstage after the fight, with your team, with yourself, was there anything that you either told yourself or realized within yourself after this last win, and realized just that you still are at the top of this division?
Just that, just that. I was looking forward to just fighting again soon as, you know what I mean? So, um, and plus it confirms to me personally, confirmed the level that I'm at, you know. So regardless of what people try to say about Machida, that guy's a legend. He's a tough guy. So for me, he confirmed right where I was in the sport. So yeah,
So this fight against Charlie Ward, obviously it's a guy, he's not even in the rankings, but in some places
hmm
they would say this is a crazy fight. Why are you taking this fight? You should be looking for another top contender. Fabian, I'll just ask you, why are you taking this fight? What challenges does Charlie Ward present you?
Mate, if I'm honest, like I'm being honest, I personally didn't want to fight. I wanted the likes of either Masasi or John Salter, rematches, whoever, what I mean? Like I was looking at the top of the division and this is what was put on the table for me. So it is what it is, isn't it? I'm going in there. I don't really care about rankings or any of that, if I'm honest. I'm just going in there just to show that I've leveled up.
And obviously, I would think your last fight, like you said, against Lyoto Machida, it's hard not to see that you have leveled up. But again, taking another
Yeah.
fight, although you may not care about the rankings, is that what you would want next? If you go in there, you get the job done when you get the job done against Charlie
Mm,
Ward, not if. I know it's a win, not if for you. But when you
yeah.
get the job done, is that what you want? Do you want to look at a Salter or Musasi matchup?
Yeah, I might be looking at the Soto and Masasi or a world title fight after this fight. You know what I mean? So we'll see what they come back with. I strongly believe a solid finish against Ward. He's never been finished in the Bellator division. I feel like that can get me my title fight. So I'm just focused on my journey, you know?
I love that about both you and obviously now your world championship brother there. You know, you guys have
Yeah,
always just not only trained together, been side by side together, but you've also fought respectively in your own careers. But there is something so special about what we saw this year. And I'm just
yeah,
curious from you, you know, everybody said, you know, they criticized Leon in that fifth round, and did he still have it
yeah,
in him? When you're there, if you can, I just one thing I was very curious about in talking to you today.
yeah.
What is that moment like for you as the brother? Are you like everyone else, or do you know that there's a place that only the Edwards brothers can go, and it's going to shock the world?
Even when I was saying this the other day to one of the coaches, I was like, even when, 'cause obviously the first round went perfect, you know what I mean? And then we had 3 rounds skid. The fight weren't going our way. And I never once didn't believe that it wasn't going to get the job done. You know what I mean? Even when the fight wasn't going our way, I still thought I know you can get this job done. You know, so I just know I know the type of person he is. He doesn't quit on himself. I don't quit on myself. You keep trying until you can't try no more, and that's what everyone saw in that fight. You know, it was a crazy moment, man. Such a crazy moment.
Crazy indeed. I can't imagine the picture perfect. You know, the artwork that came out of that finish.
Yeah,
But I'm curious from you, when you see your brother go and do that and do it in the way that he did it, and you know your skill set, and you know both of your life stories. Obviously, you've lived that life. What does that
yeah.
say to you when the belt goes on him? Is there a moment where you're like, okay, I'm next? Like, yes, obviously tonight is
Yeah.
Leon's night, but I'm next. And I know that watching my brother achieve greatness, I'm one step away, 1, 2 fights away from being next in line.
Yeah, literally. You know, I'm holding the belt and I'm just envisioning me holding a Bellator belt, you know, and I strongly, strongly believe that Birmingham, the UK, will have 2 world champions in the biggest organizations in the world. So, you know, it's good to see his belt and it'd be great to have my belt, you know?
And I'm just curious for you, what would that
Yeah.
mean to you, not just as a fighter, just as Fabian Edwards, and to your family and to everyone around you, your team, to have both you and your brother both as champions?
It would mean the world, honestly. Honestly mean the world because like I've been with my team from day dot, you know what I mean? They've seen us grind, the losses, the knockbacks, the pullouts, all of that. So it'd be good just to see it pay off for me as well, you know, because everyone wants it for me just as much as they wanted it for my brother. So it'd be good once I've achieved this goal and I go on to achieve like great things, you know.
And I know this is his fight, not yours, but it is like
Yeah,
on record, right? The next title defense for your brother is happening in the UK, right? Like there's no doubts about that, right?
yeah,
It's got to happen. Usman's got to come to you guys, right?
yeah. It's gotta come to us. You know, we went to America with some random place, Utah. You know what I mean? So it's only it's only right that he comes to England. You know, I seen something that he said he wants to come, so yeah, we'll be here waiting for him. You know.
I love it. Well, for you, man, you've spent your entire professional career with Bellator, and like we've both said, you're 1, 2 fights away from a world title fight. What would it mean to you, having been with the company for so long, and throughout your entire professional career, to have that moment for
Yeah.
you, not just for yourself, for your team, but to do it with the promotion that you started with to get their belt?
Same again. It mean everything because I like when I got into the division and I signed with Bellator, I didn't sign just to think, let me just make a number up. You know, I signed to take that belt, and didn't matter how long it's gonna take me. That was what that was the deal that I made with myself. So to be this close to it, I'm not letting it slip. You know.
And I saw a video recently where the champion was calling for Yoel Romero if he can make weight. Seems a little weird, obviously, right? Because you're right there, Musasi's right there. For you, when you look at this upcoming fight for you against Charlie Ward, is this your entire message to the division? Like, stop overlooking me. I'm right here, and just like your brother, you're gonna have no choice but to fight me with the title on the line.
Yeah, of course he knows though. He knows. Ooh, my bad. My bad. Sorry, but he knows. Um, he's trying to say, yo. but we both know you're only making weight.
Uh,
You know what I mean? Like, he looks, like Johnny knows, he knows who he'll be fighting, After this fight, you know what's gonna happen. So yeah, it'd be good.
and you fought a lot, obviously overseas, very pretty much the entire time. What's it like fighting on the other side of the world? And what do you plan to bring to Italy on October 29th?
I'm just gonna bring pure violence. You know what I mean? That's the same for this camp, just being maximum violence. You know what I mean? Smart pressure and just maximum violence. Charlie seems to think that, like, I think he seems to think a lot of guys are just athletes and not fighters. And like, unfortunately for him, I'm both. You know what I mean? I'm an athlete and I'm a fighter. So I'm going to be able to cause maximum damage to him. And that's it.
Well, Fabian, I wish you all the best on October 29th. Not that you need good luck, but I'll send you some as well. I cannot
I
wait.
respect.
I've had the opportunity to have your brother on my show in the past. Been
Yeah.
following your career for a very long time. I have the utmost respect for both of you. I can't wait to see what you do on October 29th, and hopefully I could talk to you again soon.
No, thank you, bro. Thank you for that. Yeah. Thank you for your
Absolutely.
time.
Absolutely. It is Fabian Edwards. It is Charlie Ward. It is Bellator Italy, October 29th. Fabian, thank you so much.
Yeah, respect, bro. Thank you.